Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I'm your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me tonight is content creator, adult star, the one, the only Miss Oyasumi. Oyasumi, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's an absolute pleasure. First and foremost, if y'all have not been checking out Oyasumi doing her thing on the Twitter front and many of her great sites, there's a lot of work that we're going to discuss as far as a sex machine. We're going to touch upon a lot of great content, whether it be solo or with a partner. You right now, my friend, I have to put it into the forefront. Watching your journey thus far, I can't wait to see where it takes you because you've been putting out some quality stuff.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying to do a lot more BG content and GG content and threesomes. And obviously, I dipped into some BDSM as well. And that was really fun. So I'm just kind of going with the flow and working with whoever wants to work with me and just making banger content.
Now, I have to say this as well. Like you mentioned the BDSM side of things. I always look at it like this. I think what's great about people who are in the community, everybody's unique. Everybody has their preferences and they like what they like. But I think a lot of people don't realize, like with BDSM, there's such a discipline that goes into it. There's an art form in that realm. And it's become so popular as to what people are into, and especially that category.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of due diligence to be done with BDSM. It's not something because when people talk about BDSM, they're normally talking about a little bit of spanking, a little bit of choking, but nothing really too hardcore. No whips, no chains, no restraints. Once you start getting into harder BDSM, it's really a trust factor in your dom and your sub. You have to trust your dom to stop when asked, and you have to trust your sub to let you know when to stop.
It kind of reminds me of, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it's so important to know the boundaries of the DOMs and the subs and the comfortability factor. It reminds me of there was an episode back in True Life, probably like the mid 2000s, right? There was an episode of True Life, I Want to Be a Dominatrix. Now, there were so many stories and documentaries for those that remember the True Life series, and they actually showed like this gentleman who was really into BDSM. And yes, there were whips and chains, but there was a dom and sub, and there was a comfortability. You could tell he was really into it, and you really get to learn about the lifestyle. Like it was informative, but you really got to know about it. It's a very nice breakdown. You have to break things down, which is so important.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely something that you start off small and go your way bigger. You don't really want to jump into like being electrocuted at 100 volts right away. That's a little scary and a little dangerous too.
It kind of reminds me, and I've always made this comparison because we used to watch it in school all the time. For those that remember Morgan Spurlock and Super Size Me, which was the movie about McDonald's and eating it for
Yeah.
30 days, I always said this. It's like when you watch the beginning of the movie and he starts to see where this goes, right? And my man's getting a double quarter pounder with cheese on like the first day. It's like, bro, I know you're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm bringing
Right.
McDonald's for the experiment, but I'm like, you're starting with the quarter pounder with cheese. I'm like, a little too much on the beef. Like a little
Yeah,
much.
I always found that crazy because when we were watching Super Size Me, he was either a vegetarian or a vegan,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. So if you're going from only like natural organic products to things that are not so natural, it's a little mind-boggling. Like, yeah, of course you're going to throw up. Your body's not used to that kind of stuff.
First of all, this one over here, I feel like we're going back to our high school days now. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But no, you're absolutely correct on this because for those who've never seen Super Size Me, it was a documentary by Morgan Spurlock, who has now since passed on. It was just about the experiment of eating 30 days of McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I think it's by the end of the movie, spoiler alert, I know it's 21 years later, but he gains like 25 pounds because he started at like 195 or 185, and then he gets to like 215, 220 pounds. But his girlfriend was very big into the vegan lifestyle, and he's eating all like this healthy stuff. Like she's like really breaking it down for what he needs to eat. And then all of a sudden he's getting sugar and electrolytes and friggin' double the super size with the drinks and
Yeah, all the
everything.
grease.
Yeah. And his body just goes into like shock. And it's like, yeah, that's what happens when you go from vegan to fast food.
Yeah, if you're not like everybody knows fast food isn't the greatest for you. And when you're eating so healthy, your body is very, very maintained and well functioning. And as soon as you start clogging those arteries, like it's not going to be good.
Oh, No, but yeah. So look at it. Look at if you want to picture dominatrix in a very weird kind of way. Picture supersize me with Morgan Spurlock going hard in the paint on McDonald's, like day 2 of it. It's like
Yeah.
it's a weird analogy, but it kind of fits. It kind of fits.
Just don't go jump in the bars, you know?
No, just don't go. Oh my goodness gracious. But I will say this about you. One of the things that really plays into a lot of the great stuff within your imagery and with your content, first of all, Oyasumi, the anime name, we're talking about the cosplay. Touch upon that because that adds not only just a layer of sexiness, but it just really encompasses who you are and what you like.
So I've been cosplaying ever since I was 11 years old. Obviously, I wasn't doing sexy cosplay then, but I was doing Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist. I was doing Gilbert Nitre from Pandora Hearts. I was dressing up as Macrophage from Cells at Work. I had My Hero Academia, obviously, Gender Bent Deku with my friend who cosplayed Gender Bent Shoto. So I've cosplayed a lot. I haven't really done too many sexy ones yet. I'm still working on that because I need a photographer. But you can only do so much with a ring light and a phone sometimes. I want those pictures to come out really, really nice because I want to put in a lot of effort for it because cosplay is always something that's been near and dear to my heart. My mom actually let me buy my first cosplay with my $100 gift card or whatever it was to eBay. And it was amazing. It gave me freedom to express myself and let me have fun as a kid. And now I'm getting to express myself again in a whole new way with cosplay.
I think what's great about it too is, and I mean, even if you look at the origin of cosplay, I think what's great about that community too as well. There's so many conventions, there's so many like-minded people that just love to dress up as some of their favorite characters, whether it be anime, superheroes, what have you. Like, I think what also gets to it, and a lot of people don't even realize with anime, like the storylines are like really so in depth, and they pull on the heartstrings, man. Some of those storylines are awesome.
Like I was raised by anime basically. My mom would buy Shonen Jump manga series, the big books, and we'd get them a weekly. And so we were always reading Dragon Ball or Yu Yu Hakusho, and she would be playing Yu Yu Hakusho in the background, or I'd be watching Hamtaro or Pokemon or Digimon, whatever was on, I was watching it. So as a little kid, I was watching anime without even knowing what it was, and it was already a part of my family's likes because my mom loved it. She loved video games, she loved manga, she loved comic books, she loved books in general. So it was really just like a passing down of like the weebhood. Like, do you know what a weeb is?
Yes, I'm.
Okay. we call my mom Mama Weeb, and
Mom.
I am Daughter Weeb.
That's great. That puts a smile on my face. Mom and daughter weeb. No, but I'm right there with you because it actually takes me back to my memories. Like when I was 9, I had a Pokemon poster like above my bed because Pokemon was such the hot thing in the early 2000s and still is today with how legendary it is. But you look at Digimon, you look at Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, even Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh,
like
Avatar's so good.
Right, like a lot of people don't realize. Like I used to love when that used to come on in the evenings on Nickelodeon. It was a good show.
And they would even have like the little how to draw Aang or how to draw Sokka, and it was just so nice. Like it was like a fan wanted, fan fueled, and it was great.
It was. And I mean, people, and I always say this, people will say what they will. People always have their opinions, but is it nerdy? Absolutely. But at the same time, too, it's an art form. And I think when you look at anime as a whole in the cosplay side of things, I think if you're steering a lot of kids in the right direction to really have an imagination, whether it's books, video games, or however you want to define it, it really resonates with a lot of kids and even adults. Like it really kind of brings a lot of people together in a sense.
A lot of anime, I find, if you look for the right anime, because there's a lot of trash anime out there because of the mass production of anime that we have now. But if you look for the right ones like Full Metal Alchemist and Yu Yu Hakusho or Avatar The Last Airbender, they all have meaning behind them. They all have like this. I feel like I was mentored by Full Metal Alchemist growing up, like equivalent and exchange. You know, things are always going to be give and take. And that, you know, sometimes the most important things can't be brought back, but that means that there's still more important things around you that you should realize. Like there's just so many key important things that I learned from Full Metal Alchemist about like empathy and compassion and how to like take your frustrations and deal with them and how to move forward in life. Like I remember in Full Metal Alchemist original, in the first or second episode, Edward is with a girl who lost her significant other, and she's crying and she doesn't know what to do. And Edward says, "You have two good legs, get up and stand on them and walk." And that just like brings a tear to my eye every time, because you know what Ed's been through. He doesn't have a full leg to stand on. And it's just powerful moments like that, like key phrasings that like you want to get tattooed on your arm or something.
That's the thing too, and I think not only just the meaning behind it, like in any type of art form and any type of film, I think that stuff, and people talk about things that age well and that don't, but I think stuff like that ages well, and it's something really to live by. Like I loved a lot of those episodes where it focused on the bullying side of things and raising up against intolerance and stuff like that. It's very powerful, and it really does hit you at your heartstrings, which I can tell it is now, even as you're talking about it. It gets me, because that's what you're supposed to do in anything that you do. You're supposed to evoke emotions and elicit reactions, and that's what that does.
My friend is watching Avatar for the first time right now, and we got to the episode where it's the stories of, so like the story of Iroh, the story of Sokka, the story of Katara and Toph and Aang and all those people. And at the end of Iroh's, it's just like this story, it's the heartbreaking story that Iroh has, that he can help everyone around him except for the one person he dearly wanted to help.
It's stuff like that. First of all, that's a great episode, number one. And
it's such a good episode.
It really is. And number two, y'all, if y'all have not checked it out, please go back and watch it. I'm sure wherever you get it, it's got to be somewhere. It's on demand or whatever. Go watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Go out of your way to watch Avatar. Oh, such good stuff. You got me right here, man. Like I'm really going back to like my teenage years right now.
Yeah, I haven't gone out of my teenage years with anime. I've just been living in it.
I like your style. But yes, now with everything so accessible, I encourage Achita's Oyasumi here. Go out of your way to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Any of your animes, pick it up, definitely. Oh my goodness gracious. But yes, trip down memory lane and the great cosplay aside, which is something that you really mastered throughout your entire life until now as well, Miss Oyasumi. It's one of those things, man, as well within your content. Let's talk about it on the other side of things. For you, it's a huge step really to get into any type of work, any type of art form. And for you, getting into adult content and doing the content creation side, what kind of gravitated you towards it? And is it something that you really kind of get into your own now? I know it takes a lot of confidence and perseverance, but how you feeling this far within your journey?
I think that so far I've been through, I want to say that I've been through like not a lot, but close to the tipping point of a lot. But I think that I've come out on top of most of those things, and that those things have taught me, like, be more careful, know who to trust, know who not to trust, just those kind of things. Just be wary of things, because I am a lone female in this. I don't have anyone to back me up. I have to watch out for myself. So I would definitely say I have more confidence in that, in telling people who I am, what I want to do, and what I like. Because like when you get these people who are like, "Oh, you should come and do a meet with me," and it's like, no, I don't want to do a meet. I specifically have in my profile, no meets. I don't want to have sex off camera. I don't want to get to know you personally. I want things to say professional, because this is sex work, not sex play. This is what I want to do for a job. This is what I want to be able to live off of. I work a vanilla job right now, and I want to at least have like a decent enough income that I could maybe like buy extra groceries or something like that. It doesn't have to be much, but I would like it to be more than it is now.
I think we're all at that stage in our lives where it's like, first of all, there's nothing wrong with a vanilla job. I agree with you wholeheartedly, but I think at the end of the day too, there's income from doing sex work, because like you mentioned, it is work. I know people will agree to disagree on that topic, but I've always looked at it like this: it's your brand, it's your business, it's your money. And if you strictly apply the no meats in there are going to be some assholes. I'll put it in the bloodest of terms. There's going to be some assholes out there that'll still want to message you in this, want to just have sex off camera and stuff like that. But you have to set the boundaries. You have to be explicit with everything, because there's a lot of people out there who have that mindset and always have that misconception, whether it's on or off camera. Like, there's work that goes into this, there's lighting, there's editing, there's everything. But also at the same time, too, you still have to conduct yourself with some decorum and professionalism.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think at the end of the day, too, for you and seeing your work thus far, like I mentioned earlier at the top of the show, Oyasumi, there's one of the things that I love. And I mean, you do apply the machine stuff as well, the sex machine stuff. Can we talk about this, man? Because I got to say, it really brings a lot of the hotness and the flavor to your work, but it really has become a custom, a lot of your stuff. And I've seen it, man. You do a great job with that front.
Yeah, I've just been into sex machines ever since I got into my 20s. I always loved them. Like, when I hit puberty, like, that was like the go-to search for me, was machines. I had a hard time with my sexuality growing up. I wasn't really sure of who I liked and who I didn't like. So I would just go to mechanics and machines and girls just jerking off with dildos and stuff, because I'm an envisioner. I envision myself in the porn. So like, I like seeing stuff that I want done to me. So I gravitated towards sex machines and kind of got this like addiction to it almost, because I just love them. They're amazing. When I worked with Dark Tech Studios, he had so many different types of machines, and the fastest machines I've ever seen before. It's awesome. Like, all of the technology and mechanics that go into it is fun. Like, it's funny when I set it up, like, people don't understand that it's a hassle to set up, actually, because it's steel and moving parts and stuff like that. I have to be like, okay, watch out, you can't put your foot there, or else it's going to get hurt in the turning and thrusting. So it's fun, but it's also something that you need a little bit of knowledge on, because like, if you don't know, like, to lube up your machine with oil every now and then, you're going to ruin your machine. You only get a year warranty on it, so you may as well study up on it. I'm definitely not talented enough to make my own machines. I know that's like a hobby for people. I just buy them. I love Hismith. It's probably my favorite brand of sex machines that are like mass produced. That's the kind that I have. I have a pink Hismith. I don't remember the version of it exactly, because there are a lot of different versions coming out every single time, and they just get better and better each time. But I'm happy with the one that I have right now. It's cute, it's small enough, it's portable enough. And then I also got an Oxfun, which is like a little bit of a downgrade from a Hismith. It doesn't have exposed motor parts, so you can't really fix it if anything goes wrong. But they're lightweight, they're easy to use. They don't have that well of thrusting capability, but it's still enough to the point that you can orgasm. So it's nice having both, because sometimes if I'm too lazy to break out the Hismith and set it all up, I'll just bring out the Oxfun and be like, yeah, I can just put this on the side of the bed and plug it in.
That's stuff that first of all, I have to put an image out here, and the pop culture nerdiness of me needs to come out. It kind of reminds me of, if you ever seen Eurotrip, the Flugenhagen thing. When you mentioned sex machine, I always think of that scene in Eurotrip with the friggin' that's what it reminds me of. But also at the same time, too, again, we always talk about how like popularized that is. It is, because from the sex machine side of things, like you mentioned, knowing the placement, knowing where to oil up and whatnot, there's a lot of technique that goes into it. And like I mentioned, you do it beautifully within your scenes and within your imagery. So it's stuff like that that really sticks out. And I think a lot of people are going to gravitate towards that. So I think you're kind of onto something, Miss Oyasumi, what you're doing there. I can't wait to see more of those.
Thank you. I've been working on BG content and a partner content right now, so I haven't produced a lot of machine content, but it's definitely something I'm going to get back into.
And first and foremost, there is nothing wrong as well with the boy girl apartment style vibes, man. I think that also adds a nice little cool setting to it, a nice little, dare I say, uniqueness to it and the flavor. And speaking of flavor, you've also got to work with Serenity well and Mr. Whispers. We saw the images online. Can you talk about Serenity? Because my God, another cutie beauty in her own right.
Oh, she's amazing. I love her. I love her so much. She's super kind. She we had a heart to heart. We stayed in the same hotel. So we spent a lot of time together in DC. We got to talk about our shoots and like we worked with the same people. And so we talked about our shoots with them and like our threesomes with them and stuff like that. Like it was really nice having her there for my first expo because I wasn't really too sure on what I was doing because it was my first time doing it, but everything worked out pretty well. And she was always there to have my back. And it was awesome. I had such a good time. Serenity is one of the kindest girls I've met.
Absolutely. Check out Serenity, Mr. Whispers, and Oyasumi doing her thing. And I think one of the things that I love about it too, as well, that really hits home, it brings that camaraderie together. And I think a lot of people need to have those interactions and those heart to heart, because at the end of the day, not only are y'all sticking together, but number two, you're in for the same mission to put out the great content as well and develop relationships, because y'all need to have one another's back, especially in today's society and climate. We need to be more united, not divided, man. More of this instead of this, you know?
Yeah, I would say I have like a little group of sex workers that I talk to that I feel really comfortable with. You uh interviewed Amari, the creator. I talk to him a lot and I talk to Serenity Willow a lot. They're kind of my two mains in the sex world. So I enjoy their presence a lot. They're great people to work with, and I can't wait to work with them more. Amari, the creator, I'm going to be working with him at AVN, so that's something that is going to be very exciting.
Shout out to Amari, man. Shout out to Amari. Like you mentioned, Serenity. There's Nikki J in the mix. There's so many great people that really make up that realm. And I got to say, another one, you mentioned Amari and AVNs. Number one, how excited for you are AVNs? And number two, that's more trips. That's more networking exposure. How you feeling, Oyasumi?
I am very, very excited. I am filling up my book pretty well. I will have just enough time to get there and settle in, do a shoot, and then the next day go to the convention if I want to, and then go back to shooting. And then on the 24th, which is Saturday, I'm just doing full on shoots all day, and then I'm leaving early the 25th. So it's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited for it. I'm meeting a lot of big names like Sly Panorama, and I know Juicy Sinclair and me are going to have a mukbang. It's going to be on many vids on her channel, and that is going to be awesome. We're going to do cupcakes and other types of sweets, and it'll be a fun, sweet, fantastic time.
Well, I will say this. You definitely bring the sweetness, Miss Oyasumi. Definitely. And I look at it from a stance like this, man. I think with you and women like Juicy Sinclair, I think the two of you not only showcase the internal and external beauty, but you got the voluptuosity factor, and I cannot wait to see the two of y'all link up.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that.
I think a lot of people are really going to see a lot of great people come into the mix. And I think that's the beautiful part of the adult entertainment industry, seeing such new people like yourself and really putting out the content and bringing a lot of eyes onto the product, so to speak, and showcasing that real deal sex appeal side. And for you, I got to ask you, because I always love asking this question, Oyasumi, as someone who's really starting her journey into the adult entertainment industry, into content creation, what advice would you give to people who want to get into said industry? And what are some of the things as a two-parter to that that you're grateful for thus far within the industry?
I would say if you want to get into the industry, you probably want to do it by yourself. I don't think it's very good to rely on other people because people will know that you're a newbie and they will take advantage of you for that. And it's very difficult to trust people, but you will find good people, mostly other content creators. So I would say just stick to your own thing for a little while. Don't go signing to any companies or anything like that. Just be you for a little while until you can actually have the clout to be part of a company and make decisions your way.
Beautifully and eloquently said. And thus far, what have you been grateful for this in your short tenure in the industry?
I've been grateful for a lot actually. I've been grateful for everyone that's been supporting me, with my original account being lost and everyone going back and following me. That was awesome. It really shows that there is a community in sex work, and that people will follow you. Other content creators will follow you because they want to see you do well, and they want to know about you, and they want to work with you, and it's awesome. It's really fun to meet all these different kinds of people. I'm so lucky to be able to meet all these people that come from different parts of life.
I got to tell you, man, just hearing that really not only brings a smile to my face, that gives me in the feels, man. You're one of the good ones, Miss Oyasumi.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm really excited to see where you go forward. But one of the parts I do have to mention on the show, I think this is going to be perfect for the final section of it. Man, this one over here is rocking the Christmas attire. Can we put this over?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wearing the Christmas attire. I had to put it over. You look
Merry Christmas.
Yes. Now, I got to ask you, Oyasumi, what are some of your plans thus far going into Christmas, man? We got a week away. How you feeling?
Oh, I don't even realize that it's a week away. Like, I've been working so hard, like with my vanilla job and my sex work job, and like just keeping on top of everything. It's just been like a lot. So like Christmas wasn't even thought of. Luckily, I already went shopping for the kids, the little nieces that I have. So that's good. They're already tucked away with their gifts. And I just hope that none of my other family members get me anything, because we do spend Christmas together.
Well, I always look at it like this, and I've always said this. The reason why I love Christmas so much, and I always put this into fruition, it is the season of giving, and I think you being your overall presence, pun intended, if you will, is definitely giving to other people, because you never know how much you may into that person's life. Plus, at the same time, too, it's bringing people together, and also just being under the tree, and especially listening to music. I got to tell you, before I even came back, before this, Oyasumi, I was already hearing the classics. I heard Jingle Bell Rock. I heard Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by NSYNC. I'm hearing Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. Everything, man. It just puts you right back into that place and time.
Yeah, it really does.
I mean, I've always looked at it like this. I mean, we always hear, Band-Aid and do they know it's Christmas time at all? You hear all these songs. It's stuff that is so important and so keen in this life, man, because you never know with giving and everything. It's what I always love about Christmas, especially even those memories and stuff. I got to tell you, I'm a sucker for this, because we grew up on Keenan and Kel. We're all 90s babies here. We grew up on a lot of this stuff. Like the episode, and it's the Christmas episode where he's trying to save up enough money to buy a bike, but what he does is he plays Santa for a little bit, and then he gets the bike for the kid who's less fortunate, and then the family, is poor and they're not doing so well. And I'm just like, that right there is a spirit right there. It's like, you know what? I want to get this bike for myself, but no, I'm going to give it to the kid. It's meaningful. Stuff like that is so heartfelt and wholesome.
Yeah, one that we watched all the time was we watched Mickey and Minnie's Christmas. I don't know if it was like an episode or like a special or something like that, but in the episode, Mickey and Minnie are struggling financially to get gifts. And so they end up selling what they have and what they could give to get each other a gift. And it's something funny, like, oh, he gives her a pendant for the necklace, but she doesn't have the necklace anymore. She sold it to give him a band for his watch, but he doesn't have the watch anymore because he sold it to get the pendant. And it's one of those really heartwarming things. It's like, yeah, you're going to give to someone. Hopefully you're going to give to someone like that. And it's just heartwarming to know that, like, there are couples like that out there that are willing to give no matter what to their partner.
Agreed. You see, not only does that give me in the feels, it also kind of reminds me of, so I'm going to one-up you on this one. Actually, not one-up, but we're going to touch upon another one of these great, meaningful Christmas episodes. It's like back in the day when we watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, the cartoon, right? There's the infamous episode where they give the sick kid Tommy the harmonica. And I'm like, oh, right here. Like, it gets you every time you watch it. Like, Tommy just wanted the harmonica, and he gave him the harmonica. Oh, God. Yeah, like I said, you get in your feels. And like I said, I love even talking about you with this because it's so important. It's something to really shed a light on. And it kind of also in a way angers me. I'll tell you why. Because like how A Christmas Story you watch all day, every day. They got Elf now as like the new cult classic. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
that's 2 years ago already. And number two, I feel like it was yesterday already, Oyasumi.
As a region rat, I love A Christmas Story because
Yes.
that was in Hammond, Indiana, and that's only like an hour away from Chicago. So it's really a region rat thing to be like my Christmas Story. Like our Hammond Civic Center, or not Civic Center, Tourist Center is literally just a bunch of Christmas Story paraphernalia and stuff like that.
That stuff gets me too. Like A Christmas Story, Elf, of course, the Home Alones. I know they play Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 a lot. I think it's funny because I remember used to watching, for those who are the fans of the DComs, the Disney Channel original movies. Like it kind of also, it's funny and it's cheesy, but it still holds up. Like two of them that stick out in my mind, and I'm sure you remember these as well, Oyasumi. The Ultimate Christmas Present with Brenda Song and Hallie Hirsch, where they steal Santa's weather machine and it like just continues to snow and it's a snow day. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Or 'Twas the Night with Bryan Cranston, where they steal Santa's sleigh, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, Snow Day with Josh Peck, and like stuff like that really holds up even 25 years later, man.
It's just so wholesome, you know? It's one of those things where it's family friendly, it's a good story throughout time, and you just have fun with it.
Absolutely. And I will say this as well. Honestly, for those, again, you, especially during these times, I will say this. We hope that you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a wonderful and happy and prosperous New Year. Man, we're going into 2026. So let's start off the year with a bang, literally and figuratively speaking. Enjoy yourselves, love one another, and just enjoy it, man. That's all I can say. How about you, Oyasumi?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Do everything safely, don't get too drunk. Give your kid lots of gifts, eat all the food, you know, sleep in a little bit, take care of yourself. It's a holiday.
It is, and I will say, my friend, on that note, you are definitely the ultimate gift with who you are and what you are, man. I gotta say, I love talking to you. I'd love to have you back for another interview, Oyasumi.
Thank you. I can't wait to be back next time.
Absolutely. The one thing I do have to ask before we plug the social medias, first and foremost, I've touched upon you with this in our past conversations that we've had off air. Oyasumi Okashi. First of all, number one, love the name, and number two, for those who aren't familiar, talk about how you came up with it.
So Oyasumi means good night, and Okashi is just the standard word for candy because there are different types of candies and snacks in Japan. There's wagashi, dagashi, okashi. They're all different types of candies, but okashi generally means just a regular piece of candy, just a general type of candy. So my name means good night candy. And I've just always been infatuated with the word Oyasumi, the phrase good night. And it just really clicked to me that Oyasumi Okashi sounds really good together.
Well, I will say this, Miss Oyasumi Okashi. It definitely does. First of all, good night candy. That's kind of like, Baby Metal when they had that song, Give Me Chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
'Cause I mean,
yeah.
for those who remember Give Me Chocolate, I mean, first of all, if you actually read the English translation of those lyrics, first of all, the beat's there and it just makes you feel intensified and you're at a rock concert, pun intended. But number two, it's like out of everything, Give Me Chocolate, but it fits with what the story they're trying to tell in the song. It actually does kind of fit if you've ever heard the song. Oh, it sticks out. It sticks out. Are you familiar with Baby Metal, are you assuming?
Yes, absolutely.
Big fan, I gotta say, because there's a lot of good stuff and a lot of people definitely sleep on them.
Yeah, their baby metal is like a staple, like for like Japanese music. Like you, if you haven't heard of baby metal, then you don't know Japanese metal.
They're kind of like the Metallica of Japanese metal, to put in the bluntest of terms, if that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Oh, well, first and foremost, the music and everything. God dang it, man. I got to tell you, you're very universified and diversified, and I love it. Like I said, I love picking your brain on so many topics. And before we close this out, my dear friend, where can we follow you on the social medias? The floor is yours.
You can follow me on Instagram, which is Oyasumi Okashi, and you can follow me on Twitter, which is also Oyasumi Okashi. And I believe that is the only two big social medias that I have right now. But you can also find me on my two main platforms that are adult platforms, ManyVids, and also OnlyFans. Those are the two that I've been really keeping up to date. I used to have a Fansly, but it didn't really take off. So I've been kind of having that on the back burner as like a rainy day situation, I guess. There's still content on that Fansly if you ever want to look at it, but I'm not updating constantly like I am with my ManyVids and my OnlyFans.
Well, I will say this. Definitely check her out on all those platforms. Links will be in the description below. I got to say, thus far within your solo content, doing it up, definitely check out the solo content. Got to give you praise for that because I know a lot of the stuff you've been working hard on that front. So much love to the solo content front.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And before we close this thing out, folks, like I always say with each and every one of these shows, the general consensus, life is an art form. We're all applying our crafts. Continue to apply your craft in amazing fashion. And hell, paint that canvas as only as you can. And number two, as I always say to close this show, my mindset, beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Oyasumi Okashi, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and we'll see you in 2026.
Merry Christmas!